Odyssey.com Rewind if you want to hear about the script writers. Great interview by the morning show. Dan Campbell, we thank you for your honesty. And Jim Costa can go to hell for ever doubting me. So let's get into it. It's become a big story. I know last week everybody got their rocks off using me as a piñata up in East Lansing. I was right. So here we are. This Jonathan Smith, the calls for Jonathan Smith's job. This is, Rico, this has turned into an avalanche. It has,
Mike.
Stunning.
I don't think there's any turning back, barring a 2-game miracle.
Yeah. I think you have better odds of Sister Jean descending back to planet Earth. She's dead. Yes. So I want to talk through this because, look, I think and I'll try to communicate with State fans, even though we don't really get along.
No. See, I don't think that's. I think more State fans now have been baptized into the Church of Mike Valenti.
Well, because here's what it comes down to. We're going to go through a list of things, but Rico, I want to know if we can just settle on two things. A, I believe he's gone within the next 14 days. He will either be gone after Curt Cignetti does some nasty things to him, or after Michigan comes in and half the stadium is going to be Wolverines, and if Jay Batt sees that as the new AD, that'll be the oblate moment. He's gone. And there's just no turning back. This team isn't getting better. They aren't well coached. I know you have some great statistics. Hey, halftime adjustments. The best adjustment for Jonathan Smith and staff would be to leave at halftime because it's like they're not there in the second half. But I do think he's going to be gone the next 2 weeks. Here's the thing. Michigan State has to make a decision on what they want to be. Now, look. If they want to be gum on the bottom of a shoe, be a 6-7 win program, fine, do nothing. And you will lose in continuum. Like, the idea that this buyout is somehow an obstacle, okay, you have sunk cost versus opportunity cost.
Yes.
Look those up. If 10,000 people don't renew their season tickets at $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a year, that's $15, $20, $30 million. What, so you're going to lose 30 to save 6? I'm sorry. Well, it's just not fair. Fairness is not a word in this discussion. No. Rico and I are going to talk through this. Nothing about college football is fair. The new world you're in, if you got the wrong guy, you will MSU's in a debt spiral.
Yeah. And it's better to just pull the plug early once you realize, you know what? We got the wrong guy. Let's not let this fester. What's more important, saving money or winning games? Just to what you said, Mike, because then I hear, well, but you got the Mel Tucker thing.
What does that matter?
And then you got the whole Nassar thing.
What does it matter?
They're paying so much money, and I don't know if they can afford to pay out some more to have 2 coaches or 3 coaches on the payroll between Tucker and Smith and the new coach.
That's right. Like, Nebraska does. Florida does.
Guys,
how many times do I have to hear about what a huge win it is for the Big Ten and Michigan State? All these checks coming in.
TV money. Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Spend that money.
You took the money. I don't care.
Mike, I'm right there with you. It's going to boil down to what is more important to this university. Is it just saving money? Because if you're going into next season and he's already on the hot seat, why not just go ahead and end it right now? What is going to happen between now and next year when you play a harder schedule? Next year, when you don't know if you're going to keep all your star players on the team, what's the difference? If he's not your guy, it's okay. Pull the plug, move on, let's go.
Well, and MSU has to start operating like they're a real university from the NIL space. Now, people are going to tell you, well, every deal has to be approved by Deloitte. No, they don't.
Unless it doesn't.
You think Ohio State's checking with Deloitte? Mm-hmm. You think the SEC, where it just means more, Kenny, they don't care. No. Because you know what, Michigan, I want to thank Michigan football for something. They taught us you can turn around on your cell phone and put it right near the crack of your ass, and you can break the most egregious fart in the face of the NCAA, and it doesn't matter. So Michigan State has to make a decision. Mm-hmm. Do you want to be a Boy Scout or do you want to play to win? Now, Jay Batt is the new athletic director. I don't have positive or negative to say about him. He's a ghost. He did great things at Georgia Tech from a financial standpoint. Okay, game on. But look, MSU, this is what I want to understand from fans. What do you want? It is clear over the years, my viewpoint does not align with the general populace of Spartan fan. I hold them to an elite standard. I want championships or just shutter the program. Like, look, here's a list of things Rico and I put together collaboratively. Here are the talking points you get from hillbilly bum-ass Spartan fans. You can't expect what Signetti did. We've never asked for it. Rico and I asked for 7 or 8 wins.
That was it.
Show improvement, be a big boy. You would have run off to Antonio after year 3 when he lost to CME. No, Mark already had a 9-win season and was going to bowl games. No, Mark had already beaten Michigan. He needs time. Not in today's world, you don't. Sorry. And look, I want to say with a straight face, I wish it were the old way. If Jonathan Smith were hired 10 years ago, I think it could have worked. Mm-hmm. But you no longer, not draft, recruit, develop. It's not the way the game is played. We'd need to start over. From what? You're living in a crater. Start over from what? Teams start over every year. Oregon lost 9 defensive players to the NFL last year. They had to start over.
Newsflash, you're already starting over? You know what a point of emphasis was in Monday's press conference for Jonathan Smith? Maybe we need to simplify. 18 games into your tenure.
Hey, David, you know the drop I'm looking for. Dead giveaway. When you're talking in the middle of year 2 about simplifying, dead giveaway.
So you've already started over, whether you realize it or not.
And then the last one. This is the best one. This one borders on arousal. Oh, who would even take the job? If you've reached that point, shut the program down. If you've reached that point and you have so little faith that a top 20 revenue program, a top 12 living alumni program, a program with a bigger stadium than Ford Field, like if you believe you are so bad that you are now Arkansas State, shut it down. Honestly.
Yeah, and here's the biggest problem with that, Mike. You could probably garner the names of a lot of top coaches, but they don't want to touch Michigan State because Michigan State doesn't know what it wants to be when it grows up. Michigan State doesn't know what type of program do we want to be. And that's the problem. The first thing that Jay Batt needs to do is just to come up with a standard. And we've talked about this. What is the standard? What do you want Michigan State football to be? Is it to win championships? Is it to make playoffs? Is it just to beat Michigan? Whatever that is, then find the coach and build around it. But they don't have a standard.
No.
And that's the problem because now, well, we want to go after this coach. You couldn't, let's just say, just hear me out.
I'm listening.
Okay, because I've heard people say, well, maybe they should just go after James Franklin. James Franklin wouldn't come here because he's not.
Can you speak in known as good ear?
I've had people who say.
What did you just say?
Mike is so bad because at least with James Franklin, you know you're going to win 10 meaningless games and you go 10-2 every year.
I'm laughing because I don't think James Franklin would take your call.
And that's why. And the reason being, you're not going to back him financially. You're going to question everything, and you're going to ask him to do everything on the cheap.
And this is okay. Now, let me throw the number out. 248-539-9797. All opinions are welcome on this, but this has become a major story. Look, if you think it's unfair that Jonathan Smith is probably going to get clipped, say it. If you want him gone, say it. But here's the other angle. What you just said. There are 2 pieces to this. People are going to take this the wrong way. None of this is enjoyable to me. Okay, like this isn't fun for me. I wish the program was worth a damn, but I also don't let it ruin my day like I used to. I actually think for Michigan State, in order for them to overcome the dysfunction, they can't just lose this week and or next week. They have to be humiliated.
Embarrassed.
Because MSU's big donors are amongst the most embarrassing of all. In that they're more interested in fighting each other. It's like one big, penis measuring contest versus the program. Like at places like Michigan or Ohio State, it is about the program. Mm-hmm. You put your ego aside. It is about destruction of all non-members of our cult. Mm-hmm. At Michigan State, Oh, they're too busy. Oh, well, who deserves the credit and who should be running? There needs to be almost a little brother moment like '07, where the school is so humiliated that everyone is forced to come together to be whatever the best version of MSU is. I don't know what the best version is in the new world of college football.
No, Mike, even though it didn't work, it was the whole Bobby Williams moment where at Michigan he got embarrassed and like, Bobby, have you lost a team? I don't know. Like, it does have to be some type of an embarrassment. But here's the thing. I think you're going to get that because you got Kirk Cignetti, who just doesn't believe in letting up ever. So he's going to keep the foot on the gas. You're not going to get the Ryan Day treatment with him, where Ryan Day would always look at Michigan State as, you tried. You tried hard. We scored enough.
No, I think there was a respect there.
Right.
Kurt Cignetti respects no one. I love him because he's just a maniac.
Jerome Moore and the Michigan Wolverines walking into Spartan State, they already told you what they were going to do this summer when they talked about belt to ass at that golf outing. They told you what they were going to do, and now you have a team. Mike, when Jalen Berger, former running back at Michigan State, who now plays for UCLA,
the dude was a bum.
Openly said this team quit in the third quarter.
And they did.
Now, that's not me. That's not Mike. That's Jalen Berger, who played with those gentlemen, and he said he looked at him and said, these guys quit.
They did. There were guys walking through routes. There were guys not rallying to the football. They quit. All right? There was a lot of quit all over the field. And by the way, if you want to do that when you're just on scholarship, it's bad enough. But now you want to be paid pros, you want to be treated like grown-ass men? Oh, okay, here's the deal. You're going to be out of a job. And a lot of the players on Michigan State will never see the paycheck they're getting this year, ever again. Because that tape is out there. I don't even have to name names. Hey, hope you put it in an index fund because I got news for you. And you're going to be broke next year.
Well, see, and that goes to Michigan State, too. And you're not going to get a coach to come here
without elite support
and saying, okay, where's the NFL players on this team?
Well, and again, Jay Batt has never revealed what the actual plan is. And what I get tired of is MSU wanting to somehow act above it all. You're not. No one's ever going to give you credit for it anyways. MSU will always be viewed in a different light. So why bother?
Why try? Why try to please certain people?
There's no point to it.
I'm with you. But they don't see it that way.
And again, I don't even want to get into who should be the coach because this is the other nonsense part of it. It does. We don't get to interview the candidates.
Put it this way. High-end people would love to be the coach, but they need reinforcements that you're going to actually be a high-end program.
Right. And again, did Emmett? Oh, David's saying we're number one. All right, we'll get to it in a second. I'm sorry.
He wants to hear Jeremy.